Nobody wins when the family feels.
Joe Biden.
Together. They didn't understand it. I remember calling Joe. Joe told me it sounded like a scam.
Because I'm making my business not to take money from nobody. And there's nobody on this live, and there's nobody in here that could ever say Envy, they gave Envy $1. I done helped everybody get homes. I done helped over 1,000 people get into homes. And that's celebrities, from Terrence J to Sean King to so many different people get houses.
Is that true? Did you tell him it sounded like a scam?
No, facts.
Okay. Yeah. You know, like
Big facts.
Narrative on me because that's bullshit.
Did I not call you?
I'm gonna really swing it because like I've been being nice and I've been trying to.
You don't have to be nice. Did I not call you this morning? Tony, did I not call you? Said I call you 30 minutes.
But you know you bullshit. The fact of the matter is that you know that Caesar been doing bad business, and you just right now really trying to distance yourself because you don't want to be implicated with it. You know that he's been fucked you over. He owes you money. You told me last night he owes you money. Like, this ain't me making up, just coming out and attacking anybody. This is real people. And it's like even like your man, the credit dude, that was a part of y'all whole situation, bro. He's out of 150,000, and Nick was out here talking about committing suicide.
Most of us know DJ Emmy from the Breakfast Club on the morning show, a Hot Power 105.1.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club.
But DJ Envy do a number of things. Of course, we know he's a host for 105.1, but he also do car shows, what he once called Carcella, but end up getting sued for Coachella, which we'll later discuss. But the real reason we're here today is to discuss a recent lawsuit that's worth over $1 million with DJ Envy and some of his business partners. But since the untimely pandemic in 2020, it seems DJ Envy and his business partner Seizure been in the limelight for allegedly owing people up into 8 figures. So in this video, we're going to discuss it all. The recent lawsuit, the allegations, recent lives. But first, remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Real question, family. How many of us really, truly believe in gurus? You know, people that speak into large crowds, probably talk about credit, finances, even real estate. And just so we all clear, family, guru means a spiritual teacher, especially one who imparts initiation. So now that we know the definition, some say that DJ Envy, the radio host, is also a guru when giving instruction on his real estate courses.
DJ Envy.
Flippin' NJ.
And now we're here in one of the properties that we own. This is 24 units.
Yep, 24 units, 6 storefronts.
Storefronts. And we just want to go over some of the things with rentals. And as you see, we're doing this apartment over. We'll show you apartment that's done over so you can get a vibe and a vision. But we're actually doing this one. So before we get started, what are we doing here?
Well, this property, when I first bought it, the utilities weren't separate. So back then, when I first purchased the property, I got a great deal, but the owner had to pay for the utilities.
Right.
So that means I had to pay for the heat. So every month I was losing in the wintertime about $3,000.
Right.
Right, $2,500 to $3,000 every month, because I pay for the hot water and I pay for the heat.
Correct.
So over time, as all the tenants have been moving out, or I don't renew leases, I redo each unit one by one. And now, after having this property for 4 years, I'm finally done. So now I got rid of that bill. So every month I make that $3,000 a month. Or,
right.
10 months out the year, whatever one.
Right. So to break it down, at first the building, you had to pay the building's heat and hot water. But what we did was when each tenant moved out, we made each one separate. So each person has their own meter for hot water and heat, and they got to pay their own hot water and heat. Also, they got to pay the rent.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because over time, all right, I got my portfolio, I got my 10 units, I got my 100 units. Now over time, how do I keep on making money?
Right.
And just something like this, now I'm gonna make that extra $24,000 a year, right? Another thing too is that people don't understand, about making more money over time, right? Increases, compounding interest, stuff like that.
Right.
When you're at a level where you have a lot of units, it's a big difference, right? So for example, just to break it down to you, so how do I make more money from this property over time? Am I just making what I'm making now? No, right? For example, in where we are, we could increase the rent every year by 5%. Right. 5%, when you think about it, 5% is nothing. But when you talk about a multitude of units, it's a big number.
Right.
For example, on this particular property, 5%, let's say I'm gonna give you round numbers to keep it easy, 50,000, right? 50,000 a month I'm making from this. I increase it by 5%, that's an extra 2,500.
Right.
I'm making an extra 30,000 a year, right? Boom. Next year, same thing. Increase it again, January 1st, 5%, now I'm making 31,000 something.
Right.
Next year, I'm making 32,000 more a year, right? So in 10 years times, when just to give you guys round numbers.
Round numbers, right? 10 years.
I don't have a calculator right here, even though I
Right.
have one here. Right, you're talking about that's 300 something thousand
Right.
over 10 years. Right.
Now, the guy that was speaking with DJ Envy was a guy that go by the name of Caesar. He was also one of the defendants in a recent lawsuit against DJ Envy for over $1 million. Now, we'll later discuss that lawsuit, but before we go into that, let's talk about DJ Envy car shows and his back and forth with the iconic Florida rapper Rick Ross.
DJ Envy. Envy.
It's one of those type of nights. It's the biggest boss. Shout out to all the DJs in the city. Bel Air offices. What's happening? Envy.
Even before the real estate lawsuit, it seemed last year DJ Envy got sued from Coachella Musical Festival, LLC. It seems DJ Envy used to call his shows Carchella, which is also a direct correlation to Coachella. DJ Envy was ordered to stop using the word Coachella. It seems Coachella didn't want the public to think that there was a correlation. Getting over those legal troubles, it seems, fast forward to 2023, that DJ Envy was getting into another lawsuit with people alleging now his real estate courses was a scam. But after the lawsuit came this month, people knew it was coming after a recent live DJ Envy did just months ago with another media influencer called Tony the Closer.
Dollars, $500,000, $1 million, not one person. Because I'm making my business not to take money from nobody. And there's nobody on this live, and there's nobody in here that could ever say Envy, they gave Envy $1. I done helped everybody get homes. I done helped over 1,000 people get into homes. And that's celebrities, from Terrence J to Sean King to so many different people get houses. To regular people get into a house using FHA credit or regular loans. And when they say, Envy, let me give you something, I'm like, I don't need it. Because I honestly did this to help my people. And there's not nobody else that can say that they did. No, nobody.
Hey,
now,
many investors trusted your business partner based off your relationship, right?
I'm glad that you said that. So now,
and I want to ask you a question. Like, as a public figure, how do you feel your responsibility for like your actions and his actions, and how does your professional view on all that play a part?
Okay,
how do you feel like? What do you feel like he your part is in this?
I love that question. This is the thing. I have many different partners. I got partners that own water. I got partners when it comes to real estate. I got partners when it comes to clothing lines. I got partners when it comes to many different things. Many different things. So let me ask you a question. Me and you own a barbershop, right? The barbershop does well. On the side, you're a pedophile. And I don't know you're a pedophile. Are they going to say DJ Envy's partner is a pedophile and I knew about it? No, nigga, I didn't know what you did on the side or what you was doing. Not to say that even Caesar was doing anything right or wrong, because I honestly don't know. That's between them and whatever happened. But did I say, here, take this money and give it to this person or do this with this money? I never did. And nobody's ever come to me. And anybody who's ever came, if you ever came to my seminar, I tell everybody on this stage, whether it's credit repair or it's a conventional lender, do your homework, because I don't trust anybody. And I said that. And I said the reason I don't trust anybody is because, like anything in this world, somebody will treat me different because I'm a quote-unquote celebrity than they'll treat somebody else. And if you've been to my seminars, I say that 1,000,000 times where the speakers get offended sometimes. But the reason I do that is because I don't trust people. I don't trust anybody. I don't. That's just me. Even with real estate, I'm not a person that just buys because I never seen. I need to touch the house. I need to feel it. I need to walk through it. I need to know things on my own. So if by you putting out DJ Envy and a picture of me and Caesar saying that y'all did that, you know I didn't scam nobody for no money. You know I didn't take no money. And like I said, the thing with me and you is where I thought was different is you know me. You say you didn't have my number. My number's the same. You got my number. You can call me anytime.
Well, I actually didn't have your number, Henry, but like
and as soon as I heard, what did I do? I said my number.
But let me ask you a question, because the guy last night, he said that he gave Caesar $1 million. When he said he came to the office, you were right there to greet him. He said he felt like you were part of the entire process as far as bringing him into the, him even deciding to make this investment. He's like, I would have made $1 million investment if I didn't have DJ Envy co-signing him and telling me that, he's a good dude. And then I come to the office and he's in the exact same office as I'm walking in before we even come to an agreement on the deal. So how do you feel like you play a part in that when an investor feels like, hey, my investment decision is based off the fact that I'm watching you sit in the same office with this guy, right? This guy said he
Yep.
was on his deathbed. He got $1 million lawsuit from a multi-million-dollar lawsuit from almost dying. He invests his money with Caesar, and he's been chasing his money.
Now you telling me because I'm in the same office with somebody doing my car show business, and somebody's in another office building, another office spot doing something else that I know what he's doing in that office space. And I greet everybody that comes in the office. You know why? Because that's what my mom taught me to do, because I'm a respectful, kind person. I don't care if you're young, if you're old, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Spanish. If you walk into my office, I look everybody in the eye and I say hello. And the reason why I do that is because 9 times out of 10, I got a couple $100,000 car outside and I want to see who's coming in and out my office. Now, if you go into another office and have a conversation with somebody and you decide to do whatever you want to do, that has nothing to do with envy. If envy said, do this because I said it's cool, that's a different story. If you see envy's name on the contract, that's a different story. But now it seems like you're fishing for things that put me involved. Just because I'm in the office with somebody else doesn't mean that me and that person is doing anything with each other.
Well,
doesn't
we
mean I'm
are
co-signing anybody. Doesn't mean that at all. And now if that person,
we look at you and Caesar from a perspective that you guys are business partners. So like every time I've ever seen anything with real estate, you guys both do it together. Like
no, we all business partners.
When I see the events, anytime I see Caesar never speaks. I only hear you speak. So
no, Caesar definitely speaks.
Every time we see an ad, I see he's looking over like this, and you are actually doing the presentation. So he's not like the person that's the spokesperson. So I'm just like, just being real. When we look at it, like this man wouldn't have. Nobody would. These people wouldn't. You know, when you say I'm attaching you, it's because you marketed them. Everywhere we see flipping NJ, there's DJ Envy. So if I'm just looking at it, and I'm saying if this is a guy that I'm investing with, I'm investing based off your likeness.
Well, see, this is the thing. I'm not anybody's babysitter. I don't tell people what to do and what not to do. Now, Caesar's a guy that got me into real estate. And he got me into real estate where I purchased a lot of homes. And because of that, he made me a lot of money where I own these houses and I have tenants. And I was excited about it. And I was excited about it because not too many people that look like me are buying property. So I told Caesar, let's teach people how to do it. Now, we taught a lot of people how to do it. We taught people about FHA and things that people had no idea about. Now, that's my business with Caesar. That's my business with a lot of people. Now, if you go outside of that and want to jump in on your own, that has nothing to do with the kid. That has nothing to do with me. I'm not part of those deals. I'm not part of anything that goes on. I could be a partner with Elon Musk, and me and Elon Musk do Teslas together. Now, if Elon Musk decides he wants to do his space property, and he does some foul shit on the space property, people are like, oh, well, I invested because Envy was part of the Tesla. No, that ain't got. Then people need to stop being followers and be leaders. People got to do their own homework. When I give anybody money for any of my investments, some do well, some don't do well. All my investments, I do my own homework. If you come up to me right now and say, yo, Envy, I got a crib in Miami and it's worth this, I'm not doing it because you a nice guy that got a lot of followers. I would be a fucking asshole. I call my accountant and I'm like, hey, look at this deal. Does this deal make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. I'm not doing it.
So
that's how it is. That's what people
I like keeping it real, right? 100%. So how has your business dealings been with Caesar?
Some have been great, some haven't been. Some have been really good and I made a lot of money, and some have been slow. And that's why I say when people invest money, sometimes it goes like this, right? And you know this. I didn't hit with Caesar a couple of times and flip money in less than 30 days. Some of my builders, like the school, we still got, and I haven't got my money back yet. But I know that's part of the game. But I also do know there's certain things that need to happen. Like when it comes to Caesar, you know, we've had a conversation and I spoke to him and I spoke to Jen and I told him if he does, and I asked him personally, I said, do you owe people money?
Does he owe you money?
We have an investment together that we're going to sell. He does not owe me money. We partnered up on a property. We partnered up on a property.
Does he owe
you
money, DJ Envy?
It's a school. Let me tell you.
You and I talked offline, DJ Envy.
No, I'm going to tell you 100%. No, I'm going to tell you.
You can't do that, DJ Envy.
I'm going to tell you the truth. You're going to let me speak or we not?
No, but we got to if we're going to tell the truth, we got to tell the truth.
We're going to tell the truth.
Now.
We speaking the truth. Because I tell you everything. I talk to you offline.
That's what I'm saying.
I told you, me and Caesar, we bought a school. That's the only outstanding deal that we have. That school never came back, and that school is not done yet. When I spoke to Caesar today, I told him I have a problem, and he said, I'm giving you your money back. That's it. So we don't have any dealings with each other. And I even told you, because when we had that conversation, I called him last night. I'm like, do you owe anybody money? Caesar told me no. He said there was people that we invested with that did well, and there was people that we didn't invest with that it takes a little longer. And I told him, nigga, whatever you need to do, give them people back their money. That's all it is. But when it comes to it, that's what it is. And you find somebody else that will talk to you on live in a minute to talk to you about the real, because I honestly,
but
you can ask people,
we talked offline though. That's why I asked you the question, and it's like, we personally offline. I mean, I know you might be wanting to still not really throw your man under, but like, we talked offline. And
we spoke online yesterday. That's why I was kind of upset when you put out a picture of me and Caesar and said DJ's Envy's partner owes all this money. And I'm like, damn, my nigga, we spoke last night, and I'm telling you, I would tell you. But, I get it. My name on it is a little, you get more clicks and all that.
1,000% it gets more clicks. But that's the same thing you do when you call out real estate investors and then you do a real estate event. That's called marketing, right? That was part of your marketing. Like
you throwing somebody under the bus the dude that you talked about that allegedly owes $1 million. I just got off the phone with him, and the first thing he said was, I did meet you when I went to the office, but we never spoke. You just said hello and kept it moving. So, I don't know why Tony would say that, you certified that deal or you made the deal comfortable. I'm like, nigga, we didn't even talk. If he walked past me now, I wouldn't even know who he was. I speak to anybody that comes to my office. But what I would like to do, I would like to get Caesar on there and y'all have a conversation, and then you can ask him all the questions you need to ask him.
So I asked you another question last night because you were very direct about the fact that you wanted to distance yourself from being involved in any dealings that you didn't know about with Caesar and these investments. What do you feel like you should do as far as your platform responsibility with letting the people know that have invested with Caesar based off your likeness?
Well, I tell everybody, no matter what you do when you invest, you make sure you do your homework when it comes to anything. That's why I tell everybody all the time. You make sure you do your homework. I do feel like you're saying Caesar's guilty before hearing his side of the coin, which I think is kind of crazy. I mean, anybody can say anything they want, man. I just seen today that I owe people money. I just seen all types of shit. But the thing is, I think you should have that man on here to have a conversation and give his side of the story. There's two sides of the story. Well, there's actually three sides of the story, right? His side, and then what's the truth. And I think before somebody starts saying that somebody owes somebody money or somebody doing something wrong and making an accusation and an accusation, I think you need to have him on there and clear his own name up.
Well, I think that's fair, but I also
I tried to call you today with him on the phone, and you said you were clearly busy. So he's not.
But we talk more. Don't try to flip the narrative on me because
didn't have to be nice. Did I not call you this morning? Tony, did I not call you? You said I call you 30 minutes.
You boys. The fact of the matter is that that Caesar been doing bad business, and you just right now really trying to distance yourself because you don't want to be implicated with it. You know that he's been you money. You told me last night he owes you money. Like, this ain't me making up and out and attacking anybody. This is real people. And it's like even like your man, the credit dude, that was a part of y'all whole situation, bro. He's out of 150,000. The nigga was out here talking about committing suicide. See, you can't play me like I'm the nigga that's just clout chasing or doing some bullshit about people. Credit dude called me talking about he's in fear of his life. Like, he's like, yo, I'm in fear of my life, and these niggas took my money. I got 7 or 8 DMs of people that's $400,000 or $500,000, bro. Last night on the phone, you told me, yo, this nigga owe me over $500,000. Don't do me now. You gonna try to get online and make me look like
this is the thing. You could come back with whatever you want.
I'm gonna come back with the
I just got off the phone with credit dude. I just got off the phone with credit dude, and credit dude told me that you were making things up. I just got off the phone with credit dude, and you said he's making things up. I just got off the phone with him. So obviously you are clout chasing because the main thing that you did was fucked up is you added my name, and that's what you did. You added my name because that's what it was.
He owe you money.
I did the real thing, and I came on here and spoke to you like a man. I didn't talk behind your back, and that's what real niggas do. Earlier, and I tried to get him on the phone with you. I didn't try to call you earlier when you said, yo, call me back in 30 minutes. And when you call me back, I tried to call him.
Didn't you talk to me since then?
And didn't I try to call him with you on the phone? Did I try to call him with you on the phone? Answer yes or no. Did I try to call you? Did you just clown like everybody else? I salute you. I hope you get that nigga on the phone, and I hope y'all clear it up. And anybody, if he does owe you money, I hope that y'all get it, and I hope y'all get it straight.
I'm gonna
do my best to make sure that if there is a problem issue, even though I'm not involved,
hey, you manipulate right now, bro. Like you trying to dismiss yourself from the shit that you got going on.
Brother. I love you, brother. Peace.
Now that was a long laugh, but I'm gonna just cut it there. Now the credit guy that he's talking about is the guy that you guys see on the screen. He spoke to Tony the closer on a live and spoke about how he's out of $150,000 plus and how he's in fear of his life, and he don't really think DJ Envy got nothing to do with Seizure playing this whole scheme.
I only own one house. I own my house that I live in, and that's it. You know, I make money. You know, a lot of people say use successful business thanks to people like Envy, and also thanks to people that have given me an opportunity to shine. You know, I've been on several platforms. You know, I've always been really appreciative of EYL. I've always been appreciative. I've always been that guy that I never really had beef with anybody. That's how it was in high school. It was solid. If people having problems, but then, you know, before Caesar took my money, it was more so like this guy, that guy, this guy, don't for him, don't for him, don't for him. And that's kind of like where I started seeing like red flags come up, to be honest with you, man. I started seeing like red flags because it's like, why are you telling me not to talk to people that you introduced me to? And it was kind of like to isolate me. I feel like it was like a lot of isolation. And then one day he's like, yo, I got this opportunity for you to invest in Flip to Dow. And I'm like, all right, well, what is it? You know, you already spoke about it, about what it's not. And he's like, oh, you could be 1% owner, you could be this. And I'm like, all right, well, how does all this work? You know, I've never done this before. You know, I do credit. You know, I don't have that much money to be investing. Like, you know, I'm not a liquid guy. I'm credit heavy, but I don't have that much money to be investing. You know, I have employees, I have payroll, I have mortgage, I have my house. You know what I mean? I have my family. You know, my payroll, you know, is almost $2 million a year, just payroll. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm looking at it like, I really can't do stupid things because I have employees. So he was like, why don't you just take a loan out? Why don't you just use a credit to take a loan out? So I was like, all right. So how does that, you know, I obviously have taken loans out before. So I took a loan out to cover the investment, but he was like, listen, don't tell anybody because this investment, you're coming in at a smaller amount. And I'm like, yeah, but can I tell, you know, so, you know, can I tell Envy? Can I tell? He's like, no, don't say nothing. Because Envy told me not to do it, to be honest with you. Envy said, don't do it. And when I told Caesar, I was like, oh, can I tell Envy? He was like, no, because you're coming in at a lower percentage than everybody else. You're only giving me 150, not 300. He's like, but if you give me 150, you know, I'll give you 750 in 6 months. And then in 3 months, your initial investment will be returned. And I'm like, well, 150 is a lot of money. I'm like, bro, I'm a little scared. You know what I mean? He's like, bro, I got you. I promise. You've never made money with me before. This is it. This is the home run. Started listening to a whole bunch of other celebrities that were investing. And once again, I'm going to bring it back to here I am, Caesar, who gave me a platform, introduced me to a lot of solid people that, you know, I fix credit, bro. That's all I do in life. I want to just fix credit. But the way I looked at it was, okay, well, Caesar said I can make X amount of dollars. He had like a deck. He had like this beautiful deck. Oh, you can make this, you know, you come in at this point, people are going to sign up here, blah, blah, blah. And even his wife, Jen, apologized, saying like, yo, he overpromised, underdelivered with this whole thing. And I'm just like, all right, well, if this is a guy that I look at as a father figure, you know what I mean, as someone that I trust, why would this guy lie to me? Why would this guy put me in a situation that's going to fuck? So that was, you know, month 1 goes on. Hey, how's everything going? Oh, you know, we're just wrapping up month 2, month 3. Remember, 90 days, he says I'm going to have my initial investment back. So month 3, I'm like, hey, bro, remember, I took a loan out, right? I took a loan out. So I'm paying for this loan in business, got credit. My wife didn't know. My COO didn't know. My president didn't know. Nobody knew. And that was when I should have said, that's fucked up. Nobody knew. And that's where another red flag came in, where I take ownership for shit I do. And people want to call me from crazy. People want to say, oh, you know, he's in the military, he got problems. People want to say I'm losing it. People want to say I'm spiraling out of control. And you know what I say to all those people that try to use my mental as an excuse for what they're saying? Number 1, fuck you. But number 2, if you went through this I went through, you would have been saying this stuff that people say I'm losing it, or that blaming the military Marines. And I've been A1 solid since then. You know what I mean? And when Caesar took my money, and then I hear friends saying like, yo, Caesar said, yo, can you invest 300 with me? This with me? I'm like, yo, f that. He got me. Don't invest with him. I didn't say, oh, do what you want to do. It's not, no, f that. He got me. Don't invest with him. Don't invest. He got me. So obviously he started sending me money, gave me two checks that he deposited in my account that took almost 3 weeks to fund clear. And that was it. But when you invest, you don't invest. And Glenn, it's a risk. He made it seem like I'm the problem. Me and him got in an argument on the phone with his wife, talking about he's going to smack me and do all this stuff. And I said, why don't you come here and say that tough with me in person? What's the problem? I didn't do shit. All I want to do is fix credit and get on with my life and help people. You know what I mean? Every single person that anybody's ever referred to me, oh, credit dude never took money. Communication problem, yes. Thriving from business. When Envy put me on the Breakfast Club, when EYL put me on the platform, my business skyrocketed. You know what I mean? All that in all, why would somebody get me? And just like how, I tried to say something before. I tried to go on Instagram and post, I'm not with these people no more, or whatever the case is. His brother tried to come at me, who's you know what I mean? His brother tried to come at me and say, oh, I put you on, I put you this, I put you that. Everybody wanted to throw shit face, and everybody want to try to get all tough and this and that. You know who we are, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, damn, at one point, do you stop getting bullied? At one point, do you stop? Feel like, I'm the credit dude, bro. I fix credit. And when everybody had credit issues, who they come to? Me. I didn't scam nobody. I didn't do anything wrong. But then when more people like, yo, this guy took 300, this guy took 300, this guy took 2. He asked me for this. Like, yo, don't invest. There was a guy that came to me like, yo, he asked me for 300,000, 200,000. My boy was like, yo, I got money. Should I invest with Caesar? I was like, don't invest with him. No, don't invest with him. And then anytime I wanted to say something, oh, you can't say nothing, you can't say nothing, blah, blah, blah. And to me, bro, I invested not in real estate with him, in that platform that was supposed to help people invest in real estate. So however he sliced the pie, you know what I mean? And what's crazy is when I went to Miami, I'm walking and that chain he gave me just broke off my neck. I'm walking and it just broke. You know what I mean? And that was the last time I saw him in January. Last time I said anything to him. And that's it. You know what I mean? There's obviously a lot more to say. There's a lot more other stuff. But at the end of the day, that's not me. And if people want to sit here and say that I'm spiraling out of control and I'm losing it, I'm going crazy, or whatever the case is, my military problems, if you went through what I went through, I almost killed myself in September over this. My virgin account, I didn't even get to say that. Because I was making the payments from my business that he promised me, my fucking account got shut down. Okay, which means I couldn't process transactions. You got all these credit gurus out here talking about merchant accounts. I got a real merchant account that processes it. I don't swipe a credit card or take money from it and give it an invoice. I got a real business. So I couldn't make payroll. I couldn't make this. I had to do this. I had to sell my Rolls Royce. I had to sell my truck. I had to do what I got to do. Because that's what my military problems, that's what a Marine does. So yes, a Marine makes it happen. And notice, I didn't say that when it happened last May, last September, last August. I'm saying this because finally I'm funded financially. Mentally, I'll never be funded. Tony, you tell me a business owner that has over 40 employees, multi-million-dollar business, payroll, taxes, health insurance, that's
We're going to just end it right there. But there you have it, family. This all boils down to one person being allegedly accused of scamming on both, not only with his title of his car show with Carcella, but also with allegedly his business partner with flipping houses. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one.